Carnival Game featured an image of a man who appeared to be President Barack Obama. Players won prizes by shooting darts at the man's head and heart. The Carnival Game was part of a church fair in Roseto, about 65 miles north of Philadelphia. The head of the amusement company says the game is being overblown.
Nothing meant to be political at all. It was just meant to be current.
However, the man in the image is wearing a belt buckle with the presidential seal and holding a scroll labeled Health Bill. Irvin Good Jr. has pulled the target shooting game.
If we're guilty of anything, I'm certainly sure it's a poor judgment.
He says his company won't offer the game again.
We've eliminated the game. It's no longer part of our operation.
Meantime, Good says he voted for Obama and that the game wasn't meant to encourage violence against the president. But that's clearly not how it went over with residents.
It promotes racism and violence.
It's just that disrespect, and we should all show respect for our President of the United States, whether we agree with his way he runs our country or not.
The Obama-themed game had been running since April. Myra Lopez, The Associated Press.
It's an amazing record by Cheney. Even to this day, Cheney is being protected by the Obama administration. The Obama administration will not investigate seriously torture, will not investigate a series of alleged crimes. He is the Teflon Don of politics. He has had amazing success in avoiding criminal investigation and indictment despite evidence to the contrary.
Well, Jonathan, obviously when you say the Obama administration is protecting Dick Cheney, this will strike people as incredible who follow this, or who maybe haven't followed as intently as you have, that the administration is protecting him.
Well, you know, there's no other possible explanation. The Obama administration has blocked any effort to investigate alleged war crimes involving our torture program. Do you know, this week we're demanding interviews with Sri Lanka over their torture program because one of their defense officials is in the United States. And it's highly ironic because the administration will not allow a serious investigation into what could be war crimes, and Dick Cheney and others were directly involved in that policy.
Jonathan, what about the argument that a lot of prosecutors shouldn't go after a high-profile politician unless they are absolutely sure they can win in court? And it seemed like every indication that prosecutors were trying to build up the pyramid, and a number of them almost seem to suggest that if they can just get Scooter Libby convicted and then flip him, then they've got somebody in the room who could possibly provide the information to go along with all of the other witnesses who contradicted Dick Cheney. What do you make of that strategy?
David, I got to tell you, I don't buy it. I mean, the thing is, anyone who thought that they could use a conviction against Scooter Libby as leverage had to be insane, because all of us were talking about the likelihood of a pardon. That was the sort of modus operandi of this administration. It was a very close-knit group of people, and Cheney had made it clear that this was his guy and he was going to protect him. And even in Libby's defense, you could see deference to Cheney and avoidance of getting Cheney into trouble, and that was viewed by many of us as preserving the likelihood of some type of commutation. But more importantly, they didn't do anything that you would normally expect in a criminal investigation. If one of my clients, I have clients that go to grand juries all the time in criminal investigations, and if one of my clients had 72 gaps like this while remembering lunch with individuals, we would have found ourselves in a grand jury in a nanosecond, and likely soon thereafter an indictment. The Justice Department prosecutes people all the time for these types of gaps.
All right. Well, Jonathan Turley, thank you very much. We certainly appreciate you joining us.
It's not about justice, it's not about agenda, it's not about mobilizing people, it's about dialing for corporate dollars. These two parties have sold the U.S. government and the American people to the highest bidders.